Satnam Maharaj Kaur here. Let's talk about the cosmic sky. Let's talk about the sun, and let's talk about the solstice that's coming up next week. So hasn't this year gone by like, oh my gosh, so quick, so quick. And in April, we had this conjunction between Saturn and Neptune that was basically at 0 degrees, one of the most potent degrees. We can't be in delusion anymore. We can't cover it up anymore. Who we are as individuals and our spiritual evolution that is calling us had this major shot of light and plasma from the sun and a song from the planets. So I like to think of the planets as beings, and they have these conversations, and they're going to have a big conversation in July. And I want us to be connected to each other as we move through that so we can harness it and use it for ourselves. And we can do that by getting together on the summer solstice. The summer solstice is going to be next weekend on Friday at 6:30. Come to Great Divine Flow online or in person, and we will begin a 40-day meditation. Now, this meditation is going to have this deep healing breathwork, mudra meditation to calm and clear the mind, to accentuate its light so that you can have certainty and direction. And then we're going to use the magnificent mantra to bring in abundance, abundance of love, abundance of connection, abundance of wisdom, abundance of cash, abundance in a flow. So if we get in alignment with these planets, then we can get the abundance in the right order to create our next chapter. If you feel like you've stepped in the next chapter, but now you're having some bogged down, maybe some doubt, this summer solstice is here to enlighten you, and it has a setup. Let me tell you about the setup. The setup is Gemini, Sun, sextiling Chiron and Aries. So that's going to lead up to the solstice. And then bam, when we tilt into the solstice, the Sun goes in Cancer and Chiron goes in Taurus. So another sextile. So we go from a very dynamic, masculine, energetic, we've been having our ego rattled, we've been having our mind rattled, and hopefully fine-tuning, upgrading. You might have had some days where you were just so angry. And even on your spiritual path, you knew it's like, my head is doing this. Why can't I step out of it? But if you're lucky, you let it have its course. You know, I'm not saying you spewed it on anybody, but you let the insanity of this last bit of ego-driven eccentricity, you know, letting it bring to the surface how much we suffer because of it. And then on the solstice, it moves into the divine feminine. And the mother is going to be addressing how and why we suffer and aren't able to manifest a peaceful life. Like money is great, but if we have to worry about it and work at it and all the time, that's no fun, because now we just have an abundance of anxiety. So what we're talking about is the mother energy stepping into true manifestation. And true manifestation is balanced. It's kind. It's what serves you also serves the whole and those closest to you. This is about healing our hearts, and I want to do it together. I want to heal together. You know, the Great Divine Flow, we're a motley crew. I love us. I love us. And if you're new, I think you'll love us too. There is such a hard-working ordinariness to us, and then mystical, magical, and so much love and community. And I feel like at this solstice, when we do the activation on Friday night at 6:30, June 19th, that we're going to have some kind of cosmic connection that as a group, we get to advance energetically. That's the new way. It's not just go on a mountain and meditate by yourself. It is trusting and communing with a group of individuals so that together, because of the heart coherence, right? And when we have a bunch of hearts chanting and then sitting in the stillness, the cosmic womb, the chanting brings it into this fertile womb. And that's where we're going to grow your dreams. That's where we're going to use the energy next week of the masculine dynamic energy who is fixing your mind, to then cross the bridge at solstice and start manifesting a deeply loving and awakened life. And when we are in a deeply loving, awakened life, of course we have the money we need. Of course we have the support we need. Of course we feel empowered to follow our dreams. That is part of love. And we're going to fall in love. Fall in love with our soul, with each other, and with this energy that this great creator is sending to us. Our sun is in the middle of an amazing show. It goes through these cycles of not only just big gamma rays and solar flares, but there is this intense plasma injections that the sun is sending. And when it does this, it's in those 6,000 year cycles. And those add up to eventually the 12-year and the 24,000 cycle. So what my point is, we are in a cycle of evolution. The sun and the earth is sending up the energy, the sun is sending us the energy, and our human hearts and our consciousness are receiving it. And when we can talk to each other and do our practice and harness this energy, we not only get big blessings in our life, our blessings overflow. My prayer is that through GDF, we are these beacons of light that help community, that help bring peace to our world. So join us. Join us on June 19th, next Friday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I love you. So glad we can be together. Sign out.